Hey, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back to my very first video on coding. So, before we hop into the code that we have on the screen here, let me just elaborate and go into detail about some things. So, the reason why I'm making these types of videos is because I learn best when explaining things that I learned to somebody, even if that's a camera. So, one of my one of my own goals is to have a tool belt full of skills that I can use. So far we have got Facebook ads down packed, we've got Google ads down packed, web design, graphic design, Photoshop, uh, Premiere Pro, After Effects. And I mean, they're not down packed, but I have a substantial amount of skill in each one of those avenues. Yet there's still room for improvement. However, it doesn't really make sense to me to just keep pounding on one skill for a very long time. So I'm always trying to improve and expand my expertise and my skill sets. And I decided to go into learning how to code. So this is one of my very first projects on the screen here. I'm going to explain it to you shortly. But to give you a little bit of background on why I got into code is this is the way I see learning, right? If learning this specific skill set is going to benefit me later in my own life and in my career life and everything, then I see all valid reasons to go into that field, study it, and learn as much as I can from it. So I know that coding, especially on Python, is huge. It's been huge and it's going to continue evolving and progressing in the future, and everything is going to be coded eventually. So I was like, you know what? Why not jump into this and just kind of start learning it? Now, if you are in the same spot, I recommend taking that jump. I know that learning code can be intimidating in the beginning, but really once you like pay attention and kind of, get, I wouldn't even say serious, maybe a little bit serious, but just kind of get passionate about learning, not just specifically code, but just get passionate about learning anything in general to, be able to implement that into your life later. So that's kind of my perspective on things, and that's kind of how I'm looking at this whole coding journey. So I'm going to be maybe documenting this on my YouTube channel here to kind of reaffirm the things that I learned and to maybe teach you some of the things that I learned. And if you have already been coding and you've been doing this for a long time, I'd love for you to stick around. If you are just getting started with coding and you're looking for a buddy who, to shell classes with you, well, I'm right here. So, without any further ado, let's just kind of explain this code. So, what we have here is a random password generator. Now, this idea came up because I was like, I mean, we're living in 2021. You probably sign up to different websites and applications at least five, 3 to 5 times a month, and they're always asking you for like these fucking complicated passwords, and you can't, like, you make the password, you can't even think of it, and then you have to reset your password. It's a whole shebang. Like, we don't have to get into it. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So I was like, you know what? Why not make a program or make some code that can make a password for me? I don't even know if I'm explaining this in the right terms, but you understand what I'm saying. Why not make something that can give me these random passwords and I can just kind of save them? So here's the process that I do. Let's say I am signing up for a new account. I go into here, and as you can see, we have import random on the first line, and then we have all of our digits here. So we have uppercase letters, we have lowercase letters, which is just the uppercase letters but lower. So right here, and then we have the digits, so 0 to 9. And then you don't want this to be an integer, okay? You want to, if you're going to be writing this code, make sure that you put it in quotation marks, because if you don't do that, it'll count it as an integer and it won't work. And then we have symbols because, you know, nowadays your password has to be strong and they request for you to have a some sort of symbol in your password. And then right here we have upper, lower, numbers, symbols, all true. And then we have all just kind of empty right here. And then we're saying here, if upper is all plus equals uppercase underscore letters. If lower is true, then all plus lowercase letters. If numbers is true, then all plus digits, and etc. And then here is where we kind of get to make our passwords. So we can even change this to input, but I mean, I'm the only user on this, so I'm not going to be making an app out of this and selling it. So I'm going to be using it like this. So let's say we want the length of the password. Say we go to a website and they're like, your password has to be between 8 to 12 characters. So we're just going to put 10 and the amount of passwords that we want. Let's just say we want 2 different passwords. And then here we have 4x in range of the amount password is going to generate here. So we want it to join random sample all length, and then we print the password. So let's go ahead and run this program. I'm not sure if I explained it well, but let's just see it work. As we can see, we have 2 passwords here at the length of 10. So these are all 10 characters. And then we have the password here. So all I have to do is just come in here, copy this, bring up my notepad, and then, you know, you can make a notepad with just your passwords. Let's just say this is for, I don't know, what's the program that people use? Let's just say this is for GitHub, for example, right? We'll go ahead and paste it right there, and now we have a password for GitHub. And then you can come in here, you know, make your password for Instagram, Facebook, Gmail, Twitter, all of that stuff, you know, and then you can kind of come in here and then paste all of your passwords in here. You can send this to your phone so you can put it on your notes. So this is pretty useful. Let's say we want a password that is, I don't know, 15 characters, and we want 4 of them. So let's just do that. Here we go, all the passwords generated. So we're going to take this first one right here, very complicated password, very hard for somebody to crack into. We'll paste it right there, etc. And guys, these are not the passwords that I'm using for my actual account, so don't even try to go in there and, you know, use these on my account, because those are not my passwords. I'm just giving you examples here. You know, it would be very stupid if I actually went in and made these my password. It will be something else more random. I don't know. I'm getting paranoid now. Whatever. So there we go. We have a password for each one of our accounts. All we have to do is click on Save As. Go to Desktop, and we're just going to name this file passwords or account passwords. And boom, right there. So with the help of code, we have generated passwords for all of our accounts, and you can use this as many times as you want. You can customize it, you know, do whatever you want with it. Feel free to copy this code. I'm actually going to copy it right now. I'm going to put the link in the description if you just want to take it, put it into your own PyCharm and make it work. However, I do recommend kind of trying to figure it out by yourself and trying different methods, which can be very cumbersome and hard at times, but it's the best way to learn, trial and error. So especially with code, trial and error is the best way to learn. Anyway, that's it for the video. Hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, concerns, feel free to leave a comment down below, and I will do my best to get back in touch with you, answer your questions. Maybe we'll chat, have a coffee, drink some tea, eat some biscuits. I don't fucking know. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.